Hey everyone and welcome to the club. Today I'll be showing you how to draw Twisted Bonnie from Five Nights at Freddy's The Twisted Ones. Let's get started in the center of our page with the nose. So I'm going to start with a little curve from left to right, going up in the middle. Now we're going to take the ends and just curve down and in towards the center. And then we can go in and fill that all in black. Now I'm going to draw a curve for the upper part of the muzzle just above the nose. So starting on the left side, curve over the nose, and then down on the right side. Now from the center bottom of the nose, I'm going to draw a short straight line coming down, and then we're going to take these ends, curve down, and then up in towards that line. From here I'm going to tuck the eyes in underneath the muzzle. So on the left side we're going to draw an oval. Starting from the inside edge, we're going to curve around to the top, and then down on the outside. We'll do the same thing on the right. And then in the middle, we're going to draw a small circle for the pupils. And then a tiny dot in the center. Let's go ahead and color the outside area of the eyes in black. I'm just going to draw a little trim around the eyes, starting from the left side. Just curve around, and then back in behind the muzzle. Let's add a few little cracks around the eyes. So on the top here on the right, we're just going to hook over, and we'll curve that back down, and we'll fill that in black. Let's do another one on the left side here. Curving up, tapering it back down, and filling that in black. In the inside edge, I'm just going to draw two short lines going across for a little scratch. On the sides of the muzzle, we're going to curve up and out the cheeks. So stepping down, curving up and out. Now we're going to round out the cheeks coming in towards the eyes. And we're going to connect those 2 points with a curve for the top of the head. It's almost like a half circle. Going up towards the top, and then down on the right side. Let's continue working up towards the ears. So on the left side here, I want to draw a reverse curve, going in towards the head and then up. Do the same thing on the right side. Now we're going to curve and round out the bottom section of the ear. So curving out. And then on the outside, we're going to curve in the opposite direction. Going around and then up. And then we'll connect those 2 points with a little curve, coming down and up. Let's draw on the second section of the ear. From the outside, I'm going to curve around and then pull it in. And then from here, I just want to curve it down towards the inside. And then for the third section of the ear, it's going to flop down. So from the top, we're going to curve around and then pull it in. From the inside, we're going to curve in, and then we'll connect those 2 points. Let's add the inner trim for the ears. So along this curve, we're just going to step up. Just follow that same curve. We're going to do that on both sides. And then along the outside, and then once more along the bottom section. Let's add a few little scratches along the inside of the ear. So it's basically a long oval that goes across, and we're going to fill those in black. We'll do this a few times of various length. Go to the right side and do the same thing. And then we'll just do a couple scratches along the top. Just a few little hash lines. Now let's work our way down towards the lower jaw. So we're going to start just below the cheeks. On the left side, we're going to curve down and out. Now we're going to curve in And then we're going to do a curve coming down towards the inside edge. Coming down and then just pulling that in. Let's go back to the outside. Now, right here, we're going to step out and just taper it out for the outer part of the jaw. So it gets wider as we come down. Now we're going to curve along the bottom. Curving that into right about there on both sides. Now I just want to overlap that end and just curve down towards the inside corner. Stepping out, go over that line, and in towards the middle. Let's go in and add some fangs along the top of the mouth. So starting from the middle, we're going to work our way towards the left side with these long points going across like that. We're just going straight down and then back up. Now let's go to the right side and do the same thing. Now on the side, we just want to hook these inwards. Starting up here, we're going to curve down and in, and we'll taper and hook that back up. We can do that a few times on the left side. Maybe fit one more in between there. And then we'll do the same thing on the right. So right up here, we're just going to hook it down and in. More on the end. Now along the bottom here, we're going to go in the opposite direction. Starting from the tip, we'll curve it up and we'll taper it back down. We're just going to work our way along the front edge here. Just add one more on the top there. We'll go to the right side and do the same. We'll add a few more fangs along the side at the bottom. Now let's go in and draw the inner jaw. So in between these two fangs, we're going to curve down in the middle and then back up. We're going to step down on the side and just come down to a rounded point in the chin. Coming down, rounding this out, and then going up on the right side. We want to add some fangs in here as well. Starting from the center, we're going to curve up, over towards the left, and then back down. We're going to repeat this all the way across. And then on the right side, we'll go in the opposite direction. Now we can go in between all the fangs and color it in black. Let's go back up towards the muzzle and draw in the whiskers. So we're going to start with 2 on either side. Starting up here, we're just going to draw this wavy line that goes all the way out. Now we're going to move down and just draw in the opposite direction, coming downwards. Go to the right side and do the same thing. Okay, so we got the head. Let's work our way down the body. So I'm going to start with the barrel chest first. Underneath the jaw, we're going to curve out and then pull that back in towards the hip. And do that on both sides. Now before I connect these 2 points, I want to draw the openings in the body. So underneath the chin, we're going to curve down. Now I'm going to pull that up towards the right side. We're going to follow this curve on the outside. So stepping out, curve down. Now we're going to curve this up and underneath the jaw. Let's add an opening down here. So from the left, we'll curve up and over. We'll curve that down. Now there's some drips coming down the center here. So from this point, I just want to curve in, aiming towards that point with a short line on both sides. Now we can add some drips. From this point, I'm going to curve down, go up, come down with a shorter curve, and then back up. Let's just close off this gap here. Now we're going to step up and just draw an edge on the inside. Let's add another opening on this side here on the right, curving across, down, and then we'll connect those 2 points with another curve. We'll add one tiny little rounded triangle on the side here. I just want to add a few little bars to represent the ribs. So right here on the left side, we're going to go across with a straight line, and then we'll continue in the middle. On this side, we're just going to draw a straight line coming down, and we'll go across again in behind. We're going to draw this one more time, stepping down, leave a little space in between, come down with a line, and then go across. Now you'll see a little bit of this in the middle here, so we're going to go across here. We're going to fill the inside areas in black. Now we can go in and connect those 2 points with a curve along the bottom of the waistline. Coming down, see a little bit in between the drips, back up on the right. I'm going to round up the lower torso on the hips here. We're just going to draw 2 short little brackets, and then we'll curve in towards the middle and just round it out. Coming down and towards the middle, round up the bottom, and then back up on the right side. Let's continue working down towards the leg. So we're going to draw the top section of the leg first. So we're going to leave some space in the center. On the left, we'll curve down and then out. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Curving down and then out. We're going to round out the knees. So curving up and out on both sides. Now there's some openings on the side of the thigh here. So from this point, I just want to curve aiming toward the bottom part of that hip. But along the way, and draw a big sort of curve, almost like a half oval, and then continue that curve going up. I want to show a little bit of thickness, so right up here, we're just going to curve down. We'll fill all this in black. Now we're going to do a similar thing on this side here. So we're going to aim up towards the hip to there. Curve down. Now we're going to curve up in the opposite direction, and then finish off in towards the hip. Now from this point, I want to curve in behind the leg, and we'll fill that in black. Now it looks like he's got a little panel on this side. So from the hip, just going to curve across. We want to add some bubbles in the legs. So right here, we're just going to add a circle. We'll add a larger one on the inside. We can vary the size of these. We can do some small ones. And we want to show that it wraps around the legs. So we're going to do little half circles on the inside and one on the outside. Now let's work in the lower leg. So from the inside corner, we're going to curve in and go back out. Then on both sides. We're going to go to the outside and draw on the outer part of the leg. So going in the opposite direction. And then connecting the bottom with a curve. I want to draw a little opening for the kneecap. So from this corner, we're going to curve down and then up towards the inside. But along the way, I just want to add a couple cracks. So we're going to draw a long V and then continue that curve. Do the same thing on the right side, but I want to add a couple more. Do 2 and curve up towards the outside. We'll fill those in black. And then again, I'm going to add some more bubbles along the leg. Starting on the outside, we'll do that big half circle. We'll draw a smaller one on the outside. Draw a medium-sized one on the inside. And then just vary the size of these circles on the inside of the leg. Do the same thing on the right. From the inside corner of the lower leg, we're just going to curve down towards the heel. Rounding this out. We're going to round out the bottom of the heel, coming down and up. Going back to the left side, we're going to stack the toes going outwards. So we're going to start with the first toe, curving down and then up. We're going to round this out and then come down. Now we're going to stack another toe in behind. So from the corner, curve across, go up, and pull that in behind the front toe. We'll do that one more time. Now from the top of the middle toe, I just want to curve across in towards the outer part of the ankle. Let's do the same thing on the right. So curve the first toe, go up, and then back. From the tip, we're going to do a short curve, and then tuck this in behind the front toe. Do this one more time. And then from the top of the middle toe, we'll curve up in towards the ankle. Now we're just going to overlap some claws on the tip of the toe. So in the middle of this toe, we're just going to hook over. We're going to curve and taper back and then come down towards the inside. We'll fill that in black. We'll do that again. So starting in the middle of that toe, curve down. Now I want to taper up and then just pull it down towards that starting point. Filling that in black. And one final time. Let's do the same thing on the right. Starting from here, curve down, taper up, and down towards the bottom. Let's go back up to the top and finish this off with the arm. So I'm going to start with the inner part of the arm first. So about halfway down the body, I'm going to curve down and then out. We're going to round out the elbow. So from here it's going to curve up and then out on both sides. And then we just curve in the opposite direction in behind the jaw. Let's work our way down the forearms. From the inside corner, we're going to curve down and out. We'll do the opposite on the outside. And we'll connect those 2 points with a curve. We'll do the same thing on the right. Starting from the inside, curve down. From the outside of the elbow, we'll curve out, and then down, connect it with another curve. On the outer part of the left arm, we're going to add a couple spikes. So we're just going to hook this over, and then we'll taper that back in. We'll draw a smaller one just below it. Just draw a couple on this side, curving up in the opposite direction. So we'll go up, and hook that back down. We'll draw one more. Now let's draw on the hand. So we're going to start by connecting these 2 points with a half circle. Now on the inside, we're going to draw on the thumb. So we're starting here, we're going to hook it down, round out the thumb, and then hook it back in. Now with the fingers, we're going to go in the opposite direction. So stepping over, we'll hook it over, round it out, and then pull it back up. Starting from that same point, we'll curve it down, round it out, and hook it back up. Now the third finger is going to get sort of tucked in behind this finger. So we're just going to start on the side and then hook it around. Let's do the same thing on the right. On the inside of the hand, we'll curve it down, round it out, and then hook it back up. Stepping over, we'll draw the first finger, rounding out the finger, and going back up. From that same point, we'll curve down, round it out, going back up, and then on the side of the finger, we're just going to tuck the third finger in behind. Across the center of each finger, we're just going to draw a little curve, just to separate the knuckles. And then at the tip of each finger, we're going to draw a little claw. So starting with the thumb, we're just going to hook it over, and then taper back in behind the finger. We'll fill in the gaps in black. The same thing with every single finger. And we're just going to add some detail to the arms. I'm going to add those same little openings along the upper part of the arm. Starting down here, we're just going to draw that long oval and fill that in black. We'll leave a little space. Draw a shorter one, and just vary the size of these as we go up. Do the same thing on this side. And then we'll draw some on the inside edge of the forearms. Starting up here, doing that in black. Same thing on the right. I'm going to add a big opening on this side, so I'm just going to draw just a random shape, filling that in black. And maybe one smaller one along the bottom here. I'm going to add some more bubbles on the left arm here, starting with the outside, and drawing some small circles on the inside. And just for a little bit of detail, I'm going to add some drips coming down from the tip of the ears. So right here, I'm going to come straight down, round it out, and then taper it back up. We'll fill that in black. I'm going to draw a smaller one right beside it. And then one on the right ear, coming down, rounding it out, back up, filling that in black. And that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's Twisted Bonnie from Five Nights at Freddy's and the Twisted Ones. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Make sure you subscribe and send us your requests in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.